All right, so you're thinking about getting a guard dog, huh?
Yeah, that extra security.
Want that four-legged alarm system, the one with a bark as intimidating as its bite.
For sure.
But let's be real, with so many breeds out there,
It's a jungle.
how do you pick the right one?
The perfect fit, yeah.
Well, lucky for you, today we're diving deep into Protective Pals, top 10 guard dog breeds for home security.
Catchy title.
It's a brand new article straight from Woof Nation, going to give you the rundown, and of course we've got our expert insights.
Always happy to lend my 2 cents.
So it's not just about finding the toughest breed out there.
No, not at all. It's got to be more than that.
It's about responsible ownership.
Exactly. Got to understand the breed's temperament, their exercise needs, how much training you're willing to commit to.
Like lesson 1 of Guard Dog 101.
Hit me with it.
Gotta find the brains, Andy, the brawn, and they gotta fit your lifestyle. This article, it dives into some really cool natural instincts these breeds have.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We're talking Great Danes, Chow Chows, like a crazy variety with totally different personalities.
Absolutely. Huge range.
But one thing that really stood out was all the talk about training.
Couldn't agree more.
Like it's essential.
Absolutely. And it's not about teaching these dogs to be aggressive, like at all. Actually, a poorly trained guard dog, that's a recipe for disaster. Behavioral issues could even lead to legal problems down the line.
Oh, for sure.
Nobody wants that.
We've all seen those videos, the ones where the guard dog is more scared of the mailman than the burglar is.
Oh, yeah, those are classic.
Not exactly the security system you had in mind, right?
Yeah, not quite the deterrent you're looking for.
So training a guard dog, it's about taking those natural instincts and channeling them the right way.
100%.
Teaching them to be protectors, you know, the discerning kind, not just reactive bark machines.
Exactly. Got to use that brain power.
It's about harnessing that protective instinct, not trying to create it from scratch.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Now, the article lays out a top 10 list of popular guard dog breeds, ready to meet the contenders.
Let's do it. Bring on the pups.
First up, we have, no surprises here, the classic German Shepherd.
Gotta love them.
They're like the Swiss Army knives of the dog world. Smart, trainable, loyal.
Check, check, check.
And okay, let's be honest, they've got that look. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Don't mess with me look.
Exactly.
They're not messing around.
And that versatility you mentioned, super important.
For sure.
Yeah, they're amazing at guarding, but they also kill it in police and military work. Speaks volumes about their intelligence and their ability to handle pressure.
Definitely. They're built for it.
But here's something I bet a lot of people don't realize.
What's that?
German Shepherds, they need mental stimulation just as much as they need physical exercise.
You're telling me a bored German Shepherd? That's asking for trouble.
So it's not just about those long walks in the park.
Nope. Think puzzle toys, obedience training, agility courses, anything that keeps those minds engaged.
Yeah.
A tired dog is a well-behaved dog, remember? And that's especially true for a smart cookie like the German Shepherd.
Gotcha. All right, next on the list, we've got the Rottweiler, this breed.
Oh, yeah, they've got a reputation.
Definitely known for being tough.
They're powerful dogs.
They are powerful, and that deep bark. You wouldn't want to run into one in a dark alley, that's for sure.
No arguments there.
Now they've got that reputation.
Precedes them, that's for sure.
But while they can be incredible guard dogs, their temperament, it all comes down to how they're raised, right?
100%. Nurture over nature, especially with this breed. A well-socialized Rottweiler, raised with love, consistent training. They can be the biggest cuddle bugs with their family, especially with kids.
Really? That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, they're big softies at heart. But you got to put in the work.
So it's about understanding that you're shaping their behavior, especially with a powerful breed like a Rottweiler.
Exactly. It's a huge responsibility, but honestly, when it's done right, the bond you have, incredibly rewarding.
I can only imagine. Number 3 on our list is the Doberman Pinscher.
Now, those dogs always struck me as elegant, you know.
Sleek, athletic, intelligent. They ooze confidence.
And that confidence, that translates directly into their guarding abilities.
Oh, for sure.
They're alert, responsive, quick learners.
Definitely assets in a guard dog.
Absolutely. But again, can't stress this enough, socialization is key.
Big time.
A Doberman who's comfortable in different environments around all sorts of people, that's a well-adjusted dog, and that makes them much more effective guardians.
So it's just like with kids, right? That early socialization is so important for raising a well-rounded dog, but especially a guard dog.
100%. Can't start early enough.
Now, this next one, this is a personal favorite of mine.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
The Belgian Malinois.
Now you're speaking my language. If the German Shepherd is the all-rounder, the Malinois. That's the Olympic athlete of the dog world.
Okay, this is intriguing.
Hold on, it gets better.
The article mentions they get mistaken for German Shepherds a lot, and I can kind of see the resemblance.
Yeah, they're built similarly, but don't let that fool you.
But what makes the Malinois so special?
It's their drive, their intensity. These dogs, they are bred to work. They need a job, they need intense training, and they need an outlet for all that energy.
Wow.
Yeah, they're definitely not the best breed for first-time owners, got to be honest about that.
Sounds intense.
They are, but for the right person, the one who can match their drive and their dedication, they become the most incredible working partners.
It's like you need to be as much of an athlete as they are to keep up.
You're not wrong, but when it clicks, that bond you build is something else.
All right, moving on to a breed that could probably scare off an intruder just by accident, just by stepping on their foot. We've got the Bull Mastiff.
Oh yeah, the gentle giants.
They're massive, but the article says they're also big softies. So how do those two things go together? Like, how do they stack up as guard dogs?
It's all about presence, you know. You see a bull mastiff, you immediately think twice about approaching. They've got a deep bark when they need it, but honestly, their size alone is usually enough to deter any unwanted visitors.
So they don't even have to try that hard.
Pretty much. They're naturally intimidating, which is half the battle.
But here's something I didn't know, and I bet a lot of our listeners don't either.
Oh, fill me in.
They were originally bred to catch poachers.
It's true. Hard to believe, right? Those big softies used to chase down the bad guys.
So how did they go from, like, tackling poachers to being family pets? What's the story there?
Well, their size, right? It made them excellent at pinning poachers down, but without causing serious injury. And over time, people started to recognize their gentle nature, their loyalty, and that's how they transitioned into the lovable guardians we know and love today.
That's amazing. You know, it really goes to show there's always more to a breed than meets the eye.
Absolutely. Each breed has its own unique history, its own set of characteristics that have shaped them into the dogs they are today, and that's part of what makes them so fascinating. Yeah, there's something else.
Up next, we have the Cane Corso, another one of those breeds that just screams power, am I right?
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about a breed with some serious history here. The Cane Corso, they're Italian, been around for ages, both as property guardians and personal protection dogs. Super intelligent, but they need an owner who knows what they're doing.
So you're saying they need someone who can handle them?
They need a firm hand, someone experienced, someone who can lay down the law with training. In the right hands, though, they're incredibly loyal, super protective.
Got it. So maybe not the best choice for a first-time dog owner.
It can be done, but it takes dedication, that's for sure. You got to be ready to match their strength or their intelligence. Got to be on top of that training and socialization.
Makes sense. Okay, deep divers. If you're picturing a giant teddy bear right now, you're probably thinking of our next dog, the Great Dane.
Gentle giants, that's for sure.
I mean, they're huge, but also known for being, like, the definition of a gentle giant. So how do they measure up as guard dogs?
Okay, so you see a Great Dane, you might think, oh, what a sweet, lovable giant, but you'd be surprised.
There's more to them than meets the eye.
Totally. They can be amazing guard dogs. I mean, their size alone, that's enough to make most intruders think twice.
So it's that whole don't mess with me vibe.
Exactly. They don't have to bark, they just have to stand there.
They've got the intimidation factor down pat.
They do, but don't get me wrong, they can bark. Deep bark, too, when they need to use it. Plus, they're crazy loyal to their families.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to come home to a giant cuddle buddy who also happens to be a great watchdog?
Sign me up.
Okay, moving on to number 8. We've got the Akita. The article, it says they were originally bred in Japan, and they definitely have this air of, like, dignity about them.
Oh, yeah, they're dignified for sure.
But I've also heard they can be a little independent, like they do their own thing. What's that about?
Akitas, they're definitely not your typical dog. They need an owner who gets them, someone with experience.
So, not for the faint of heart.
They're independent, strong-willed, but here's the thing, fiercely loyal to their people. And that loyalty, that's what makes them such amazing guard dogs. That and their natural alertness. They're not going to bark at every squirrel that runs by.
Not the type to overreact.
No way. They're aware of everything going on around them, and if they sense danger, they'll protect their loved ones without hesitation.
So, the strong, silent protectors of the dog world. Love it. What about the Dutch Shepherd? I'll be honest, I don't know much about this breed.
They're like the German Shepherd's lesser-known cousin, but just as impressive. Think police work, search and rescue, they can do it all. And yet they make awesome guard dogs, too.
Another high-energy, high-drive breed.
You got it.
Yeah.
Mental and physical stimulation are key, They need a job to do, and they need an owner who can keep up.
Sounds like a theme here.
Definitely not couch potatoes, that's for sure.
Last but not least, we've got the Chow Chow. This one surprised me.
Really? How so?
Well, they're known for being fluffy, with those blue-black tongues and that lion's mane thing they've got going on.
They are pretty distinctive.
I just wouldn't have pegged them as guard dogs.
I get it. They're not the first breed you think of for protection. But they've got this long history in China where they were used for all sorts of things, like guarding livestock, even pulling sleds, naturally aloof with strangers, very protective of their families.
So those fluffy looks can be deceiving.
Absolutely. Don't let the fluff fool you. They're powerful dogs, strong, independent, early socialization and training, crucial, just like with the other breeds we've talked about.
Got it. No skipping out on the training, no matter how cute and fluffy they are.
Exactly. Got to set those boundaries early on.
We've covered a lot of ground here. German Shepherds, Chow Chows, the whole guard dog lineup. It's clear these dogs, they're more than just barking alarms.
There's way more.
They're smart, capable, and they've got this long history as protectors. But before we all go rushing out to adopt a guard dog, let's take a step back for a second.
Good idea. Got to think things through.
Yeah, let's talk about how this whole guard dog thing got started. Like, what's the history here?
Let's rewind, go back in time a bit.
Mm.
We're going to uncover the fascinating history of these protective breeds. And trust me, it goes way beyond those beware of dog signs you see everywhere.
Okay, so guard dog history. We talking, like, way back when?
Oh yeah, we're going way back. Think ancient Rome. They had this thing for mosaics, right? Well, there's this incredible one from Pompeii, perfectly preserved, and it shows, you guessed it, a guard dog.
No way.
And get this, it even has the words cave canem right there in the mosaic.
Hold on, what's that mean?
It means beware of the dog.
Wow, talk about a classic warning. Some things never change, huh?
Nope, some things are timeless. But here's something I bet you didn't know. The first official police dog training program launched in 1899 in Belgium.
Belgium. Really? Huh. Would have thought it'd be somewhere else.
Right, but yeah, Belgium, 1899. And that moment, it really solidified the role of dogs in law enforcement, Show the world just how incredible these animals are at protecting and serving.
From ancient mosaics warning people to modern-day police dogs, that's quite a journey. Really shows you how strong that bond between humans and dogs has always been and how their roles have changed alongside ours.
Absolutely. They've been with us every step of the way.
But it's not just a one-way street, right? It's not just about them guarding us. It's about us being good guardians for them, too.
100%. And the article, it really makes you think about responsible ownership. Like, you got to consider everything. Family compatibility, space requirements, temperament, even legal stuff. Bringing a dog into your life, especially a guard dog, it's a big deal.
Right. These aren't fashion accessories. We're talking about living, breathing animals here.
Exactly. You got to be ready for that commitment.
So, no pressure. Right.
Well, little pressure is a good thing. It means you care, right?
Yeah.
You need to ask yourself the tough questions. Like, if you're thinking about a Belgian Malinois, for example, can you really give them the exercise they need? And not just physical, mental too. Remember, a tired dog is a well-behaved dog.
So lots of trips to the dog park for Malinois owners.
You got it. Got to burn off that energy. And don't forget about training, puzzle toys, anything to keep those minds engaged.
Right, got to keep them stimulated.
Exactly. And you know what? This is where that further reading section in the article comes in handy. It's a great place to start if you want to really dig into specific breeds and their needs.
It's like we've had the teaser trailer, now it's time to watch the whole movie.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
And trust me, when it comes to dog ownership, knowledge is power.
It's pretty amazing when you think about it, the history of these protective breeds, this incredible bond we have with them. But no matter what breed you choose, it always comes back to responsibility.
Couldn't agree more.
It's not just about the dog guarding our homes, it's about us stepping up and being good guardians for them.
You said it. Choosing the breed, that's just the beginning. The real work comes after, with the training, the socialization, the love, the commitment. But when you put in the effort, that bond you build with a guard dog, it's truly special.
Absolutely. It's a two-way street built on trust, understanding, and yeah, maybe a few belly rubs along the way. So, deep divers, if you're out there thinking about welcoming a guard dog into your life, remember, this is about more than just picking a breed from a list. It's about finding a companion, a protector, and taking on a huge responsibility. Do your research, find your perfect match, and get ready for one incredible ride. And that, my friends, is a wrap on another deep dive. Until next time, stay curious.